Before we start, guess what? We have new merch! So check out all our goods, links below and in description. Remember, that's Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera at Linktree. Hello, one and all. This is Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I am your host, Ernie Rivera, and I have an episode for you today. I've been trying to think about how I wanted to approach this episode, and I still don't know how I want to approach it, so let's see how it comes out. But here's the idea of the episode. Every teacher that you have, every teacher that you ever will have, will fail you if you let them, including myself. And let me tell you exactly what I mean by that. Another way to look at this video is the 3 stages to learning from someone. So, okay, I know that I have come across people in my life where maybe I have admired them for one reason or another, and I was let down by them. For example, I was at a movie screening for a Bruce Campbell movie, and I love Bruce Campbell. For those of you that don't know, check out Evil Dead, check out Evil Dead 2, check out Army of Darkness, any of the Spider-Man movies, the Tobey Maguire ones, that is. But he's really entertaining. He's a really entertaining guy. And here's the story. So I was about 19 years old, right? Maybe a little older, but barely. So I'm 19 years old. I'm at this theater where I see one of his movies for the first time. And I'm a huge fan of his from childhood when he did Briscoe County Jr., where he was a sci-fi type of cowboy. And so anyway, he's talking to the audience before the movie starts, and he's asking questions. And when it comes time for my question, I start to talk to him about being an actor, and he's like, "Who?" Well, he said, "Who is an actor in the audience?" And I said, me." And he said, "Are you in SAG?" And at the time, I was not. I was in AFTRA. This is before the 2 unions merged. I'm like, "No, I'm in AFTRA." And he's like, "Oh, AFTRA. Okay. Well, anyway." So I then asked him if he would be so kind to sign a picture I have in this little book of mine, because I was such a huge fan of his growing up. And from the stage, he says, "How about I just air sign it? I'll air sign everyone's right now." And I'm like, that day, Bruce Campbell let me down quite a bit. And you know what? It's okay. I'm an adult now, and I understand the situation. Maybe he was rushing from one event to another. There could have been any number of reasons. But here's the thing. So after that happened, immediately afterwards, I'm not talking about now, I kind of wrote him off in my mind, because I admired him as an actor, entertainer, and I was also studying to be that. And I kind of wrote him off. I'm like, "Oh, this guy." But the fact is that because I wrote him off, I failed to continue watching his programs, to continue seeing how he does business, so that I could continue to learn from him. And that's the thing. Every teacher that we have, right? We don't realize it when we're younger, but they're human beings, and human beings have faults. And if they have faults, then one day, eventually, they will fail us. It could happen for any number of reasons. It could be something they say politically. It could be the fact that maybe we believe that we outgrew them at some point. And maybe we did outgrow them, but that doesn't mean you can't keep learning from them. And here is where I get to the 3 stages of learning. Okay, so in this situation, we're imagining like a master-disciple type of relationship. And another way to look at it might be like master-apprentice. You're hoping to learn directly from this person. And especially if you're new to the field, you see how accomplished that person is. and you're like, wow, this person is amazing. I want to be just like them, so I will listen to them. I will do what they say to a T. That's the first step to learning, doing what they say to a T. And it can be very helpful. You can actually grow really quickly in this way. But then there's going to come a time where eventually, after you've picked up quite a bit of information, you start to see their shortcomings. You start to see their shortcomings in their art, in their vocation, and what they do, because they're human, and they're not perfect. They're not gods. So we see their shortcomings, and then we say, oh, nuts to this. We completely write them off because they have failed us, especially if they've had some sort of personal, emotional shortcoming of character that we see in them. We believe that they failed us, so we completely throw out everything that they taught us, realizing that it's all bunk. That's the second stage of learning, and that's throwing out the baby with the bathwater. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, and that's where we come to the third stage of learning. If you're committed enough to what you do, if you are committed enough to what you do, you will continue to learn, maybe from other teachers who you have not yet written off. But eventually, if you continue on, you will start to pick up little scraps of information from everywhere, because you've become something of a master in this yourself. And that means that you can look at your old teacher who you wrote off, who you believe you've outgrown, and you can see that there was a lot of good in what they taught you. Now does that mean that you have to ignore some things that they tell you? Yeah, because they're faulty. They will fall short. So throw out the weaknesses in that person, but keep the good stuff they brought into your life. Keep the information, the good information, and make it a part of yourself. There's this scene in the movie Troy, right? I love this movie. This is where Achilles is teaching his young cousin Patroclus how to fight with a sword. And at one point of the scene where it looks like Patroclus might get the upper hand for the first time, Achilles drops his sword, picks it up with the other hand in midair, and puts it to the young kid's throat. This, of course, is a training exercise. They're cousins. They're not trying to kill each other. The cousin was surprised. The younger cousin was surprised. He said, "You told me never to switch hands in the middle of a battle." And Achilles said, "That is right. And when you're truly ready to fight, you won't need to listen to me anymore." And that's the thing, The idea is to continue learning, to continue picking things up from many, many, many different sources, keeping the good, throwing out the bad, and making a new system which is personal and unique to us, that works for us. That is the idea. That is how you're going to become a stronger person. If you do what you're told, you might become accomplished. But if you can throw out the bad and keep only what's good, and you make a new system that works for you because you're an individual, then you become a game changer. That's a miracle, a miraculous thing. Those are the three stages of learning from a person. All right, friends, family, one and all. So I will continue making these videos, and I will try my best not to fail you. It will happen one day. This is absolutely for sure. Look past my weaknesses to the good stuff I am trying to offer, and keep what's good, throw out what's bad, and make something unique for yourself. This was a crazy video because I did, again, the whole thing in basically one take. So these videos are starting to flow. I really enjoy doing this for you guys. If you enjoy the content, I hope that you will like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get the new videos as soon as they come out. This is going to help me build my channel. Really important to me, guys. I love talking to you, one and all, friends and family. You have all been the best. I will leave you with one paraphrased quote from Firefly. I think it fits the whole theme of this episode. Malcolm Reynolds is talking to Jane after he was just figured out to be a fraud in this small town where they idolized him. And Mal said to Jane, he said, to the best of my summation, every man who's ever had a statue built of him was one kind of son of a bitch or another. But it's not about you. It's about what the people need. It's not about you. It's about what the people need. You know. So remember, when you're dealing with these people who you may look up to, you know, they're flawed. You know, it doesn't matter if they had a statue built up to them. They're flawed in one or two or three or more ways. Who knows? But again, throw out what's bad, keep what's good, make it uniquely your own. I hope you have a great day, guys. This has been a fantastic episode. I look forward to talking to you again. Hope you have a good night, friends and family. Take care. Bye.